How's it going? Welcome to What It's Like to Ride, where I break down motocross tracks across the country to show you whether or not they're worth checking out. In this episode, I'm breaking down Lake Elsinore Motorsports Park in Lake Elsinore, California. Let's get to it. Alright, Lake Elsinore, California. Probably heard of this track. It doesn't have the best track record for pro races because it seems like every time they go it's super dry, super hot, and it's just terrible and everyone complains about it. But if you go on the right day, this track is actually pretty fun and it's one of my top tracks in California. So the dirt here is pretty hard packed. It does dry out pretty fast, but like I said, if you get here on a good day where the weather's a little cooler and they can actually maintain it, it is really good dirt. It's a little different than most of the Southern California tracks. It's a little darker, kind of a little bit different consistency, not as sandy, so it's a little different, which I like. It gives you something new to ride around on when you're in that area. One of the coolest things about this track is the jumps here. There's a lot of jumps and a lot of them are really big. They're probably bigger than most of the tracks in Southern California, but the lips and the landings are pretty good size. They're not the scariest jumps around. You are a little forgiving on some of the jumps where you have a big long landing, so you don't have to nail it perfectly right, but you are jumping a pretty good distance and carrying lots of speed. The layout of this track is nice and open compared to a lot of other tracks around there that are kind of tight. This one has a lot of area, pretty long track, so if you want to be able to kind of climb up into the third, fourth gear and not be afraid of going off the track and going too fast, this is a great place for you. You got big straightaways, big jumps, carry lots of speed around the track, and I think it's pretty fun. One of the really cool things about this facility is that you're not stuck to just one or two tracks. Yes, most tracks in Southern California have like a pro track and a vet track, but here you have the pro track, which is pretty big, open, high speed, big jumps, like I said. You also have a vet track, which is pretty nicely taken care of. It's got pretty nice dirt, it's well watered, it's not ripped as deep as a pro track is. There's like 2 or 3 different little kids tracks, range from 50s to 65 size tracks. Another track I call the sketchy track. I'm sure if you go there and you check it out, you'll see why. It's kind of one of those tracks that don't look as maintained, looks like any type of vehicle can kind of go on it and any level of rider. But it's very interesting to go and watch for a little bit. If you'd like a further breakdown on any of the other tracks, let me know. For this video, I'm mainly just sticking to the pro track because that's the one that I ride the most and I feel like is the best at this property. So with all these track options, I'd say any level of rider can go ride Lake Elsinore. For the pro track specifically, pretty much all the jumps you could roll and be safe, or half jump and be safe, because most of them are kind of tabletops or a little easy going. So if you're like a novice rider who is good at staying out of the way, you'd be fine on this track. If you're intermediate to pro, this track would be super fun. Like I said, big jumps, very high speed, something you don't get as much from a lot of other tracks nearby. Don't know if beginners really have much fun on this track. Like I said, there's a lot of jumps, a lot of big jumps. I don't think a beginner's going to be doing much there. But also their vet track is super nice. So if you're a beginner or a novice, check out the vet track. I think you'd have a lot of fun there. Intermediate to pro, check out the pro track. So again, this track is very fun. When you go on the right day, it is really nice. It has nice dirt when it's water maintained. Unfortunately, the only video I have of it is on a bad day. It was after it flooded and the track is actually bone dry because they couldn't get any of the water trucks out on it to water it. So please excuse the dirt in this video. The layout is pretty much the same and the jumps are pretty much the same as it usually is, and the track is really fun. Just picture this with a lot better dirt. Alright, enough about me talking about it. Here's a lap at Lake Elsinore. As always, thank you for watching What It's Like to Ride. If this video helped you out, please leave a like. If you have suggestions for other tracks you'd like me to check out, please leave a comment down below and I'll try and get to it. Thank you.